Hello, everybody. Good evening. Welcome to Hatha Yoga tonight. My name is Desi. We've got a nice 40 to 45 minute sequence planned for us. It'll be nice and balanced. So for class tonight, it'll be great if you have a mat. If you do have some yoga blocks, they might be useful to you, maybe not. You can also use books or cans or really anything that will just offer you a little bit of space. So once you're ready and you've got what you need for class, you can meet me in a comfortable seat, whether that's cross-legged like me or kneeling, any place where you can just feel settled and grounded as we start our practice tonight. And when you get there, I'll invite you just to move the hips a little bit, side to side, so that we can really ground down into sit bones. Maybe the palms come to the knees. Maybe the eyes close here for just a little while. Or just soften the gaze. Beginning to turn inward, bringing our attention to the breath. Our mantra for tonight is trust what you know. We might often second guess ourselves or look externally for kind of guidance or support. But I'll invite you today to just trust what you know, trusting ourselves, our bodies, to know what we need. We'll start to scan through the body here just to check in with where we're at tonight. Starting by bringing the attention to the feet, noticing any sensations there, maybe feeling where they're pressing into the ground. Not needing to change anything, just here to notice. Moving up to the ankles and the calves and the shins. Any sensations here in the lower legs. Moving up to the knees, the thighs. Maybe we feel our clothes against the legs, heat, coolness, whatever it may be. Continuing to breathe. Moving the attention now up to the pelvis, the hips, the low back. Often a space where we hold a lot of tension. Just noticing what's there tonight. Moving around to the stomach. Maybe we feel the breath as this part of the body moves. Bringing the attention up to the chest. Noticing the lungs, the space of the heart. What is here? Moving around to the middle back, the upper back, and the shoulders. Any sensations, tension. Moving down the arms, noticing the biceps, the elbows, the forearms. Noticing the palms, the fingers, the backs of the hands. Moving all the way up now to the neck, the space of the throat, the jaw, moving up to the face, bringing our awareness to the cheeks, forehead, the eyes, the temples. Taking about 3 more rounds of breath now, bringing our awareness to the whole body, all the way from the bottoms of the feet to the top of the head. Now noticing if there is any tension that can be released. Maybe we make some subtle movements to see if we can let anything go, even if just 5%. Trusting what you know tonight about your body and your experience as we move through. Starting to add some gentle movements here. Eyes can stay closed if that feels right for you, or they can open up. We'll bring the fingertips down to either side. So just first feeling those fingertips pressing into the earth beside you. On an inhale, arms will rise overhead. On an exhale, gentle twist to the right. Moving nice and slow to start. Inhale, arms rise through center. Exhale, gentle twist to the left. Going through a few more rounds here, moving with your breath, your body. Just gentle twists side to side. Starting to wake up through the spine. Go ahead and do one more twist on either side. And then we'll change the pattern just a bit here. So on our inhale, arms will rise overhead as we were all the way up. But this time on our exhale, palms face down, fingertips toward each other, pressing everything down toward the earth. Few rounds here. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, we press it down. Nice. Let's go 2 more times here. Nice job. As we release, right palm or fingertips can come to the earth. Left arm comes up, gentle side bend to the right. Maybe we pull that shoulder toward the back of our space so we can open the chest just a bit more. On an exhale, we'll round the spine, roll through center, coming to our side bend on the opposite. And again, just moving here with your breath, exhaling through center, inhaling into our side bend. Getting a few rounds on both sides. We'll go one more time each way. Nice, and then let's roll to center. And we'll roll it up nice and slow. Palms come to the knees. We'll start to circle here. On an inhale, chest comes forward. Exhale, around and back, chin to chest. Just circling here, increasing that movement through the spine and the torso. And switch directions. Let's see how that circle feels in the other way. Continuing to connect with the breath. One more. And when you feel ready, we'll just roll back up, finding our neutral spine. We'll extend that right leg out long, pulling the left heel in towards center. Use the fingertips to gently support you as we shift to face that extended leg. On an inhale, press fingertips into the earth, spine lifts. As we exhale, we find our fold over this leg. Hands can come anywhere along the leg or the earth. Pressing into the heel here, leg can be straight or we can have a nice bend. Breathing deep. Starting out nice and low to the ground tonight as we connect inward with this sense of trust in ourselves. On your next exhale, we'll start to use the fingers, walking ourselves back up. Let's extend that opposite leg to join so both legs come wide now. Pressing into the heels, fingertips can come in front as we inhale to lift the spine up nice and tall. Option to stay here, or as we exhale, we might begin to walk forward. Again, trusting yourself to find that space, that edge with the posture. You can always bring blocks under the hands or arms, or even to rest on the forehead. Taking several rounds of breath here. On your next exhale, we'll gently walk it back up, pulling that right heel in now, keeping the left extended. We'll just gently shift the hips to face that extended leg. Once again, pressing fingertips to the earth to start. And as we exhale, finding our fold on this side. Just letting it be gentle here. Hatha Yoga is all about balance. So balancing breath in the body, movement with stillness. Taking one more breath here. Filling up with air, and on that exhale, we'll gently walk it up. Coming to hands and knees, so gently transitioning, just bringing the legs around. We'll begin to press hands into the earth, wrists right underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, spreading the fingertips wide and really press all 10 fingers into the mat. Finding our neutral spine here, belly button pulling in. And on an inhale, let the belly hang, chest lifts. Exhale, chin to chest, finding our cat pose just a few times here. Noticing if this feels any different than when we did this motion seated. And after your next exhale, find that neutral spine again. Extending the right leg out behind you, pressing into those toes, rocking front to back, just feeling that extension through the back of the leg. And when you're ready, we'll lift right leg off the ground, finding this balance here. We can stay, or maybe we extend the left arm, holding here nice and strong. On an exhale, left hand comes down, bending through the right knee. Start to draw some circles with that right knee. And switch directions, circling the other way. Nice job. One more time. And then we'll step that right foot all the way to the outside of the right hand. So it's right on the edge of our mat. Or it could even be hanging off a little bit. Both hands are on the inside of that right foot. Maybe we walk the left knee back a bit, finding our lizard variation here, staying low to the ground. You can always lift that back knee if you want a little more fire tonight. And then from here, we can stay, or we might walk both hands over off the left side of our mat as far as we can. Imagine you're creating a down dog shape with the upper body, pressing into the palms, letting the head come between the arms here. So we're kind of pulling in two opposite directions, arms to the left, keeping that right leg all the way over to the right side of the mat. On an exhale, we'll walk it back towards center. Nice. We'll walk the right foot in, framing it now. So one hand on either side. You might walk the back knee in a bit if you need to. And here you might reach for your blocks if you like to have that extra space. And we'll just find our low lunge. So we're a little narrower than we just were. And from here, we'll just move back and forth, pressing into the heel to straighten that leg. And then bending through the knee, coming through our low lunge. So just rocking back and forth here a few times. Starting to open through the hips, the quads, the hamstrings. And the next time you're in that low lunge, let's stay there for one more breath. Then if you have the blocks, we can move them and we'll gently step that right knee back. Resetting here, hands and knees, taking a moment if you need to wiggle the hips. Nice. And then let's extend the left foot out long, pressing into the ball of that left foot. And we'll rock front to back a few times. And when you feel ready and stable, we'll lift off on that left foot, pressing away from the earth with the hands. We can stay here, or maybe we extend that right arm, finding this sturdiness. On an exhale, right hand comes down, bending through the left knee. We'll draw those circles. One way. And then switch it. Nice job. When you're ready, we'll step that left foot up to the outer edge of the left mat or the left side. Both hands are on the inside now. You can walk that right knee back, finding our low lizard here. Nice work. And we can stay right here if this is enough. This is a very deep stretch. Or if you'd like to try it, maybe we walk the hands off the mat over to the right, pressing into the palms, finding that down dog sort of shape. Nice work. On an exhale, we'll start to walk those hands back up, framing the left foot now, walking it in a little bit so it's closer to the center of your mat. And here we might grab those blocks again, readjusting so we find our low lunge. Chest is tall. On an exhale, we'll straighten that leg, half splits, moving here, front to back with the breath. Nice work. The next time you come to that low lunge, let's stay taking one more full breath. Nice. And from here, we'll curl the back toes under. We might move the blocks to the front of the mat, pressing into the fingertips, lifting that back knee, just so that we can rock up, stepping that back foot up to meet the front, finding our first forward fold today, letting that upper body hang. On an inhale, lengthening through the spine, lifting halfway. Exhale, we release and fold. Inhale, big arms, nice and wide, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands together right at the heart. Checking in, finding our mountain pose. We might release the hands down, opening the palms to face the front of your space. Checking in with your energy level. Noticing. One more full deep breath here, inhaling through the nose. Audible exhale, let it out through the mouth. Bringing the hands to the hips, we'll keep the left foot where it is, and we'll just step the right foot back, heel stays lifted, finding our high lunge. So adjusting here, we can press through that back heel, still keeping it lifted, but just so that we extend that back leg. On an inhale, maybe we lift the arms up. Exhale to sink a little bit deeper. Option to stay here, just nice and strong in our high lunge. Or we may begin to rock front to back, getting ready to press off that back foot. Finding warrior 3, hands can come to the hips, or they can even come down to your blocks for some extra support. Just pressing that leg out behind you. One more breath here. On an exhale, fingertips will come down to your blocks if you have them, or all the way down to the earth. We'll bend through that back knee. On an inhale, we're going to tap the inside of that heel to the outside of the standing leg. Exhale to extend. Inhale to bend and tap. Exhale, we extend. One more time, bend and tap. Exhale to extend, holding here for one more breath. And exhale, release that foot down to meet the left. Release the hands, forward fold. This time grabbing opposite elbow. Maybe you sway side to side. Nice work. On an inhale, this time we'll roll up as slow as we can go, fingertips tracing tops of legs. One vertebrae rises at a time. Shoulders come up toward the ears at the top, and then around, back, and down, finding our mountain pose once again. Feeling both feet rooted into the earth. Next inhale, we'll bring the hands to the hips, this time stepping the left foot back, keeping that heel lifted, finding our high lunge here on the side. Great work so far. Knowing you can always stay here, just holding steady. If you'd like to try the warrior 3 on this side, we'll start to move, rocking front to back. And when we're ready, maybe we press off, finding that stability. Hands can be on the hips or lengthening out behind you or reaching for your blocks. Finding a spot on the floor to focus your gaze, trusting yourself, breathing deep. On an exhale, we'll bring the fingertips down to the blocks or all the way to the earth, keeping that right foot grounded, bending through the left, slight bend in that front knee. On an inhale, we bring it all in, tap the heel, exhale to extend. 2 more. Inhale, we tap, exhale to extend. 1 more. And extend. Good job. This time, from here, we'll come back up through Warrior 3, hands to hips, knowing the ground is there to catch us, finding that high lunge, and then right away rotating to plant that back foot down, pressing into the outer edge of the foot. We'll windmill open to our Warrior 2. I'll turn to face you. Nice work. On an exhale, we'll straighten through that front leg, fingertips touch. Exhale, we bend, Warrior 2, 2 more times. Inhale to extend. Exhale, we bend. 1 more. Nice job finding our stability here in our Warrior 2. One more breath, extending through those arms. On an exhale, legs straightens, arms rise. Arms come back out to a T. We push the back hip toward the back of our space and gently start to tilt, finding our triangle pose, fingertips to the earth, or they can be on your block or gently on the shin. Nice work. Breathing here. On an inhale, we'll gently bend through that front knee, rising back up, Warrior 2. Exhale, hands to hips, legs straightens. Great job. Both feet now point toward the long edge of your mat, finding this wide stance. We'll begin to tilt from the hips, pushing them back, pausing halfway, hands still on the hips. On an exhale, we can release all the way down. Finding your wide leg forward fold here. On an inhale, bringing the left palm towards center. Exhaling, we'll draw the right arm up. Inhale here. Exhale, arm comes down and we switch. Open twist. And release. 1 more time each side. And release. Nice job. We'll gently bring the hands back to the hips, pressing into the feet as we roll up. And from here, we'll just turn left toes out, bringing the right toes in a bit, coming right into our Warrior 2 on the other side. Finding our stability here first before we add that movement. And then as we inhale, straightening through that front leg, tap those fingertips. Exhale, we bend. Inhale, we rise and tap. Exhale to bend. 1 more. Inhale, we rise and tap. Exhale, we bend. Nice work. Finding our stability here once again, gazing over those front fingers. On an inhale, we'll straighten through the front legs, start to push those back hips toward the back. And then we can start to tilt down, finding our triangle pose. Again, you can always bring a block here to support you. Finding our stability, our trust here. On an exhale, we'll bend through that front knee, finding our warrior two once again, just for a moment. And then we'll straighten that front leg. Now this time, both heels come in, both toes come out, hands to the hips. Finding our pose here. Taking one breath. On an exhale, we'll gently sink the legs down, nice and wide, finding our strength. Here we can stay, or maybe we open the arms up to a cactus position, finding our goddess pose. Nice and open, nice and strong. Taking 3 more rounds of breath here in our strong pose. Maybe the eyes close and we turn inward. And on that third exhale, everything rises, arms come overhead, big stretch. Exhaling, hands down. We'll come all the way around to the front of the mat. We'll just step there. Back to our mountain pose. Noticing this energy. On an inhale, arms will rise all the way overhead. Exhale, same as when we were seated, we'll bring the palms face down, fingertips facing each other, pressing it all down. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, we press it down. 3 more times with your breath. And on that third exhale, as you're pressing everything down, let the body follow, coming to your forward fold. This time, walking the feet closer together, lifting the heels, bending the knees, finding this little ball shape here, using the fingertips for support, chin toward the chest, feeling this lengthening in the back of the neck. Nice work. From here, as slowly as possible, we use the fingertips to support us as we find our seat. And right away, we'll bring the soles of the feet together, letting the knees come wide, finding our cobbler's pose. Hands can come to the ankles or wrapped around the toes. On an inhale, lift up through the spine. Option to stay here. As we exhale, we'll bend the elbows, pressing the forearms into the legs, finding our fold. Feeling the breath. Where do you notice it? Starting to slow it down here, coming back where we started, nice and low to the ground. On your next inhale, we'll use the hands to support us as we rise up tall. If you were folded, we'll use the hands to support the legs coming together. Hands can come behind you now. We'll step the feet wide, just gently windshield wiping the legs from side to side. Letting both knees come over to the left and then the right. Just moving nice and gently here. And the next time the legs go over to the right, let's stay. Feeling this opening through the hips, the internal rotation as well as external rotation. And then gently through center, over to the left, and let's stay for a breath or two. Nice work. We'll extend the legs out long in front. You can keep a nice generous bend in the knees or lengthen them all the way out. Pressing into the fingertips at your sides to lengthen through the spine. And as we exhale, we'll walk it forward to our fold, reaching anywhere along the legs or the feet. You can also bring a block under the forehead here. And an exhale, gently release, rolling it back up. We'll bend the knees so we can press into the feet, coming down to the back now, just nice and slow. Bringing the knees toward the chest, moving side to side. Feeling the spine supported by the earth. We'll let both feet come back down. On an inhale, lift the left leg up toward the sky, rolling through the ankle or the toes. And we'll cross the left ankle over the right thigh. Left hand gently presses into the left thigh to open just a bit. We can stay here, or we can press off that right foot to interlace, finding our reclined pigeon here. Taking 2 more rounds of breath. And on that second exhale, we'll gently release, letting the right foot come back down. We'll keep the left foot where it is and just continue to cross it over. So as if we're sitting in a chair. And then we'll shift the hips to the left. Let the knees continue moving in that same direction to the right, finding our twist. And if this is too much with the legs crossed, you can simply stack them. Arms can come out wide. Or they can stay pulled in. On an exhale, we'll gently come back through center, unravel, and we'll lift the right leg up toward the sky, moving through the ankle or the toes, and then we'll cross it over that left thigh. First, just using that right palm to press into the thigh, option to stay here, or we can find that reclined pigeon, interlacing the hands behind the left thigh. On your next exhale, we'll gently release the bind, letting this right leg continue to cross over. Hips move to the right, knees fall to the left. Gentle spinal twist. And again, we can always uncross and just stack the knees if that's more comfortable. Sometimes the cross can be a little wonky for the spine. On your next exhale, we'll gently come through center, unravel, letting the legs extend out long now. Arms releasing to your side, or they can stay resting on the belly or the rib cage. Settling into Shavasana, our final resting pose. Making any adjustments if there's another version of this posture that suits you best. Trusting yourself to know what that rest feels like and looks like for today. Letting go, releasing. We'll rest here in stillness for a few minutes, and I'll bring us back shortly. And when you feel ready, starting to invite some movement back, knowing you can stay resting in your Shavasana as long as you'd like at home. If you're ready to close out practice, you can start bringing the knees toward the chest, rolling to one side, and gently pressing yourself back up to your seat. That's where we'll meet. Bringing the palms together right at the heart, acknowledging this time we spent cultivating our practice, caring for ourselves. The gentle bow of the head to the hands, maybe the body toward the earth. The light in me honors and acknowledges the light in each of you. Thank you all so much for sharing your time and your practice with me tonight. This is my last virtual Hatha Yoga. Next week, we're moving back to in-person classes, so please check out the schedule online, and you can sign up for classes on the Rec Store webpage. You'll need to sign up ahead of time for any in-person classes that you'd like to attend. So we look forward to seeing you in person, and thanks for sticking with us while we've been virtual all this time. All right, everybody, have a good evening, and I hope to see some of you in person soon. Thank you.